No, you answer. You just answer the questions as honestly as possible, and we'll go through the questions with you, and we'll figure out if our quiz actually works. So far, Stephen Westwood is Stephen Westwood. Leonie Dorfling is Leonie Dorfling. I am myself, and we just need to figure out if the quiz proves that you are you.
Okay. Sounds intriguing.
It is intriguing, and we are going live on Facebook and YouTube and some, let's see, and some Facebook groups all at the same time. So no pressure, Caryn. Yeah, no pressure. No pressure to be yourself.
It's not my content. I got no worries.
No, you've got no worries at all.
Unless Steen asks me a question. Sorry, Marlon.
I just want to jump in with a few more things. So like the thing about this though, that's really, really awesome and that they've really managed to do well is that it all comes down to understanding your customer. And as we know, like Explore ProTech is all about helping different business owners, helping different types of business owners network with people that can help them grow their business. And what they've done is they've gone and they've gotten into the minds and the hearts of their ideal customers, the Peters, the Leonies, Stevens, and the Caryns, and they've created different profiles about them. And now the awesome thing is now they're testing it, you know? So, I mean, it's great to always have an idea. Many people have ideas, but then is it, in reality, is it actually matching up to what my customers are thinking and feeling? And this is part of the test.
Awesome.
So either it's very successful and
we got you totally right.
We got you totally right, or we fall flat on our faces, and this is the opportunity that we would then take to go back to the drawing board so we can figure out who is Caryn.
Yeah, so then we'll ask you, like, Caryn, what are you actually thinking and feeling?
Let's see if we've got you waxed.
Okay, you ready, Caryn?
I'm ready.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so we're going to our website, www.protechaccounting.com.
Which reminds me, who are you?
Oh, yes. Oh, I'm Peter.
That would make me Misty.
I'm Misty.
And that would make me Peter.
Okay, and we are the co-founders of Explore ProTech. We're live on about 10 different platforms right now, and we're getting ready to see if Caryn Greef, Miss Fascinate herself, is who she says she is. So did we get it right, yes or no, in terms of your networking personality type? And then Mr. Super Sales is here with us because he's the person that got us into this. He's the reason why we are taking this chance and might fall flat on our faces live in front of everyone. He did promise us we'll make $5,000 in this process though, so it's totally worth it. Okay, cool. So here is the actual here is the actual quiz, Caryn. It says, what's your networking personality type? So here's you. Okay, and then it says, is your networking personality more akin to Caryn, Leonie, Peter, or Stephen? Find out if you are the best friend, the Zoom sniper, the mighty mentee, or the rising star, and learn how your personality lookalike has successfully used networking to build their empires so that you can do the same. Take the quiz at www.exploreprotech.com. Okay, so I'm going to click on Take Quiz, and this is your first question, Caryn. Peter, you're going to read it for her?
Oh, yes. Okay, Caryn, are you ready for this?
I am.
Okay. What would you say is your best asset when it comes to meeting a group of new people? A, you're easy to talk to. B, you know how to suss out who's who in the zoo. C, your natural charisma. Or D, people love to adopt and help mentor you.
It's a toss-up between the first and the third, I think. I think my natural charisma.
Okay, let's go with C.
Got it. I think the same thing. So it's 1 for 1. Okay, Karen, next question. You're at a conference on your favorite topic and you're doing what you enjoy doing most. What is that? Is it A, speaking, of course, because you love sharing your magnetic, charismatic personality with the whole world? B, hosting it because you've probably found and introduced everyone that has made this conference possible? C, learning as much as you possibly can and finding mentors who can provide you with even more learning opportunities? Or D, having conversations and making friends because you're everyone's ideal best friend?
Okay, those that know me know that I never stop speaking. So it'll be speaking, of course.
Okay, cool. Okay, next one, Peter.
Okay. The key to your success hinges on you finding more opportunities to A, speak and showcase your epic personality that people are naturally attracted to. B, meet and connect the right people with the right people because you don't have to be the smartest person in the room in order to be the most successful one. You just need to know how and where to find the right people and how to connect them so they can build your empire for you. C, build genuine relationships with good people that are positioned to benefit your business because you're naturally memorable and people love spending time with and referring you just because of who you are. Or D, learn from the right mentors who are willing to believe in you and give you all the knowledge and inside info you need to succeed.
This one is also a toss-up between the first and the third because I do speak and I attract people, but I also really believe in building genuine relationships with people. So not necessarily to benefit my business, but okay, I'm going to go with 3.
Epic. Okay, next question. Which types of people frustrate you the most? Is it A,
All of them.
people that want to do everything by and for themselves because it's impossible to connect them with the right people? B, people that think too much of themselves and who can't see your potential, so they refuse to mentor you? C, people who can't see the big picture and therefore don't recognize how much it could benefit them to let you spend time in the spotlight? Or D, people who are too business orientated and refuse to connect with you on an even slightly deeper level because they make it impossible for you to build an actual relationship with them, and relationships are key to your success?
I think the last one.
People who are too business orientated.
Yeah, I think that if that's all they're interested in doing and not actually building a relationship with people, then it frustrates me. You can see it when people come in and they don't want to connect. It's just about business.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, next one.
What does real success look like for you? Okay. Your job is to party. Speak and be yourself and never file anything ever again. Okay,
we stop there.
B, you've successfully connected a whole network of people and created the movements and trends necessary to inspire those people to build your empire, and now you're free to travel the world. C, you've learned everything you know from the best mentors in the biz, and this strategy has allowed you to successfully create and grow your empire at an accelerated pace. Or D, you've built relationships with the best in the biz. This means you have real friends in high places. You have the president on speed dial and the vice president on WhatsApp, and all of your friends are referring more traffic to your business than you can keep up with. Although that is not strictly true because you have people who are friends that do that for you now.
Oh, I like that one.
D?
I think D, yeah.
Okay, awesome. Okay, next question. What kind of gigs do you naturally gravitate towards? Is it A, speaking? I thought we've covered this, LOL. B, writing, because it's an intimate way of communicating that really helps me connect with my fans like they are best friends. C, any gig that offers learning opportunities and opportunities for mentorship. knowledge is what I need right now. Or D, meeting new people so I can read them, profile them, and decide if/where they fit into my plan for world domination.
Okay, so just the first question, in terms of speaking, I thought we've covered this. Are we talking about me actually speaking at the event or just talking in general?
Just talking in general.
No, speaking at the event.
Okay, then I'd probably go with the last one. I don't necessarily, if it involves speaking, absolutely I'll speak, but meeting new people.
Meeting new people. Cool. Okay. Who is your ideal business partner? Is it A, someone that doesn't mind doing the detail work in the background while I concentrate on creating exposure for us, using my talent for speaking, connecting, and building a following for us? Or B, someone that values real relationships and my ability to build these. They have to encourage me in my friendship building abilities and recognize the importance of this work. C, someone with more experience than me who can guide, mentor, and support me. I'll be their best student and they'll believe in me and help mold me into the diamond I am meant to be. Or D, I need more than one business partner and all of them need to be experts in their various fields that want to collaborate and build relationships so I can position and inspire them to achieve our best future for all of us.
Oh,
More than one business partner.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Cool. Okay, this is a tough one. I struggled with this one. How do you feel about filing? A, there is nothing in this world that I hate doing more, except maybe for organizing emails. I hate that so much, I don't even do it. B, I actually don't mind it. Sometimes I even enjoy it. I'm actually naturally organized. C, I have people that do that for me. Or D, I don't love it, but I'm not bad at doing it.
Number one.
Me too. Okay, Caryn, stay with me. Stephen is going to help me reword this. But for now, on a scale of 1 to 10, how prepared do you have to be to pull off a really important business meeting? 1 being not prepared at all, and 10 being ideally I've prepared a whole docket a week before the meeting. Is it A, 11, I research everything I possibly can because I believe that knowledge is key and I'm still learning? Or B, 0, I'm totally winging it because I have a whole support team lined up to support me before, during, and after the meeting? Or C, 0, I'm totally winging it because I know I can rely on my natural charm, intuition, and experience to close the deal? Or D, 11, I like researching and it's so much easier to become best friends with very important people when I know everything about them before we even meet?
Oh no, I'm definitely the third one. Winging.
C,
I never
winging
used to
it.
do. I tried to research, but then I just got stressed out because I'm not the kind of person that can do that anyway. So definitely winging it.
Awesome. We're totally winging it too. We tried to plan at some stage and then, yeah, we just threw all the plans out the window. And
This is me out, yeah.
Yeah, what plans?
exactly. That's
Yeah.
why we threw them out.
Okay, stay with us here. Okay, how do you go about achieving your business goals? A, I meticulously plan out everything, and then I strategically make friends with the right people in the right places to help get me there. Or B, I surround myself with mentors who help me plan out my goals and then mentor me on how to achieve them. Or C, I mostly wing it and make sure I don't get too bogged down in the detail. I find that good things naturally happen for me the more I focus on having fun, being myself and allowing the people around me to be attracted to my naturally bubbly personality. Or D, I can see the big picture. My job is to find the right people and connect them in the right ways so that they complete this picture. Once the picture is complete, success is inevitable.
I see, mostly wing it.
Are you ready to find out if you are you, Caryn? Because at this stage, I am not even sure.
Yeah, I think. Ooh, okay.
Fingers crossed, guys, please. I can't believe it.
Well done.
Amazing.
Karen, I actually thought that you were going to end up being me.
Yeah,
Hey.
it's a lot of snipers. I did not expect that. You also picked some best friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Karen. So you're the rising star, just like Karen Greef. Congratulations. When you speak, people listen. You have a magnetic, bubbly personality. No matter what you do, you always seem to be having so much fun. What's your secret? People want to be around you because they're attracted to the energy you exude. It's like you figured out some things in life that they still haven't, and they're dying to know. What's your secret?
Mm-hmm.
How does that sound? Does that sound like you?
Oh, definitely. I'm always about having fun. Sometimes unprepared because of the fun element.
Amazing. Do you want to find out even more about yourself, Karen?
Yeah.
Amazing.
so
I'm gonna click here, and then maybe this one works. This one works. Thank goodness.
Oh, goodness. Thank you.
Okay, so we put Karen Greef, and then we put your email address. What is it now, Karen at Fascinate7?
Fascinateinseven.co.za.
Okay, beautiful. And then this is going to send you 5 emails. It's going to tell you more about your superpowers that you're naturally good at. It's going to give you your paradise and how to get there. It's going to tell you what hell looks like for you and how to avoid it. It's going to tell you what your most biggest challenge and frustrations are and how to conquer them. And then it's going to give you some top 3 tips from you on how to be successful with networking and growing your business when you have this natural personality. How does that sound?
That sounds amazing. Did you guys do this quiz yourself?
Oh, yes.
They're
Well
awesome.
done.
They are awesome.
Wow, fantastic.
You made us sweat. Between all of these people, like, you were the one. I was like, oh my goodness, you're going to end up being Peter.
Actually, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if we take a look at the stats on how the quiz was done. It shows percentage-wise how much of each different character type is involved. So you could be like 10% best friend, you could be 30% Zoom sniper, and you could be, the rest could be Karen. So, you know, once you pick it apart, you can actually see what attributes you really have. I'm really glad you.
Yeah. And then from here, it's about embracing that personality, because for me, it was really, really difficult to do this quiz, by the way, because networking and growing your business through networking and the networking personality type, it's such a difficult thing to pin down. You know, it's not like you can say, like, you're good at organizing, do that, or you're, you know, it's kind of, for me, this personality is your secret thing that each of us has. So, for example, Peter is crazy good at connecting and reading people and making crowds come together, starting movements and trends that people believe in. But not a lot of people know it about him. Like, you know, like, I think if someone would profile him, they might not even, like, pick that up or put it in.
No, probably not.
Similarly with Leonie, she launched a global magazine without having any skills in writing, editing, speaking, marketing, absolutely nothing. That's why she is the mighty mentee. She literally, like,
absorbed like a sponge,
and draws mentors to her, and then they become so invested in this journey. It's like they build the empire for her. And then the best friend, Stephen Westwood, he told us, like, before he started, like, really using his networking personality on our platform, he was working 20 hours a day. Now he's having conversations of 30 hours a week. Like, 20 hours. He was working 20 hours a week.
20 hours a week.
Yeah. Now he's doing 30 hours a week just in conversations, and he literally can't keep up with the work. It's just, like, exploded.
That's wonderful.
But it's because he's embracing that natural thing that's so difficult to pin down, and he's the best friend. You know, we've seen it with the way he interacts with everyone around him. Like, people just want to collaborate with him. Like, whether
Actually, even if people don't want to collaborate with him, they want to meet with him because they just want to
talk to him.
Yeah.
And
True.
the purpose of the rest of this session is to uncover a bit more about that, but in you, your personality.
Oh, so this is where we get the feedback from the real Caryn
Yeah.
that we've based
Okay.
the hero on.
So, are you ready to tell us everything about you?
Sure. Are you asking me?
Not quite everything. Not quite everything, Caryn.
So, Caryn, like in my mind, and I just want you to comment on whether how spot on or not spot on I got this. In my mind, your superpower is you're this crazy, magnetic, enigmatic person that everyone just like, they see you and you light up a room. Like as soon as you enter, they want to just get to know you a little bit, of even just like be around you, listen to you, because it just sounds like you've got everything so figured out and you're always having so much fun. People want to know, like, what is your secret? How are you even doing this? Am I getting that a little bit right?
You are. I'm definitely somebody that flies by the seat of my pants, as they say. My prep skills and that are not the best. I do rely on my personality, actually. And the more people tell me what you've just said, the more I've embraced it. So it really is a benchmark. If they want to know that this is who they are, it's the same as with the Fascinate program. It's kind of like a benchmark to be more of that. And since I've embraced the fact that that's what people are intrigued by with me, I'm just naturally more like that. So I realize that my skills of planning and researching and trying to connect, it's not me. It's not something that I do. I just connect by just being me. So yeah, 100%.
And if I think about it, who better to actually take the quiz and to base somebody on than yourself, Caryn? Because within your program, with the Fascinate program, I mean, we've taken that quiz to figure out our archetypes, and so you've been in that that way of thinking of actually measuring people and measuring their types and their personality and their skills to communicate.
Yes.
From your side and some feedback in regards to the actual quiz, do you think, based on your knowledge, that we've managed to comprehensively cover, because we've created 4 networking heroes, of which you're one of them. Do you think that we've comprehensively covered our bases?
Absolutely. I can see even through the questions that you've asked relating how it relates to my Fascinate assessment and what my archetype is there, the magnetic, the emotional connection, all of that. That's exactly what my report on Fascinate says. So it's very, very accurate in the way that people view me.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, from that perspective. Very, very, very well done. Because that's exactly what it says about me. I connect on an emotional level. I'm all about that energy. So you've nailed it spot on.
Wow.
Amazing! That's so cool.
We were actually mentioning it when we spoke to Stephen. We were actually mentioning it where we know that Stephen Levy from Dare to Be Coaching and Beyond has an assessment that you can do that is based on
Strengths and weaknesses.
Strengths and weaknesses. We know that, Caryn, your Fascinate one, it points out communication and skills to communicate and strengths and weaknesses.
Patterns, yeah. Within communication.
And then our little one comes in and it goes, your networking personality type. Are you a Caryn? Are you a Stephen? Are you a me?
Peter's convinced there are no other Zoom snipers in the world. Just saying. But we're going to find out because we're going to give them badges, like as people go do the quiz.
Peter's skill at reading people, I don't know if there are any other Zoom snipers in the world because he's got that down pat.
Guys, if you were a Zoom sniper, I am begging you, just take the quiz so I can give you that badge. Like,
stand in line so I can take one shot.
Okay, guys, I know Mr. Super Sales almost has to like jump off for now, but I wanted to just find out from him. Mr. Super Sales, do you have any questions for Caryn up to this point to help us uncover her natural goodies so that we can advise everyone else that's a confident Caryn how they need to be successful?
So like, I think, Caryn, if somebody is like you, right, and they maybe They find that this is their personality. How would you suggest? Because I mean, like, I feel like we kindred spirits. We're similar in that sense, you know, outgoing.
I also feel like I'm a Karen. We were speaking about it yesterday.
So like, I feel like we definitely connect, and I think if somebody's like you, like me, and then they trying to build their business, how would you suggest they go about trying to network, trying to get into? What would you say? What would you say we start? How do we get going?
Okay, so I've been networking for a long time. Specifically, I think like everybody, when COVID happened, you know, we all got onto Zoom and tried to go to as many networking things as we could. And I tried different ways of doing it actually, because I'd been new to the online space as well. And for me, just my personality type is about building relationships first, which is kind of what Explore ProTech's, you know, your method is. So I don't have a strategy. I arrive, I connect with people, whether it's on Zoom, whether it's in person, I connect very easily with people. And it's through connecting with somebody that I'm able to then build the business. I don't first try and talk business and then, you know, try and see who I fit in with. So I'm not for everybody. And I think the biggest thing to realize in all of this is that you're never going to be all things to all people. So by being you, if this is my natural style, there's going to be people that gravitate towards me because of that. But there's also going to be those that are exhausted by me because I'm so energetic, if you want to call it that. So I think the theme is to just be you in that style and that personality. And those people that gravitate towards you and do business with you are the ones that you want to do business with. So
I think that is exactly a great answer, because you said it perfectly. You can't network with everyone, but we're probably gonna try and find places. So go and find the place that you network, that you can connect with the most, or that connect with the most.
In your natural way of connecting, yeah.
Love it. Yeah. Great advice.
I really like that.
I have a question, Karen. How do you get away with not doing filing or planning or anything that you don't find fun?
I don't get away with it. I get very stressed by it. But what I've also discovered is that the more time I give myself to do the tasks I don't like, I will utilize every second of it, because I will redo and redo and redo because I don't like it. So I try and leave the minimum time that I can get it done. It's under pressure, but that's how I thrive the best. So if it's something that's urgent and it needs to be done, I will do it at the 99, because then I know I'll do it first time, done.
I'm such a Karen. I only did our invoicing this morning because I was literally getting calls like, if you don't submit this right now, you know, those types of calls.
I'll give you a quick tip that works for me. I take my timer on my cell phone and I take a task that I hate and I'll say, right, I've got 30 minutes or 20 minutes, whatever I decide. I'll actually put the timer on and I will do as much as I can in the time that I've allocated for it, and then stop and do something else again. And then go back to that if it's that difficult for me, because procrastination, I'm queen of procrastinate if I don't like it. I'm not
so Marlon is the Karen.
Definitely. Oh, guys, I think you guys did so well. I have to keep saying this. You guys did an awesome job with this, and I can't stress enough how important it is. I mean, Karen's also in marketing. From a marketing perspective, knowing your customer, Karen, how important is that when you're creating these communications as well as a communications expert? Building these type of things and communicating in the language of your customer, how important is it to the success of the business?
Vital, because the same as with networking, you're not going to be all things to all customers either. So when you can pinpoint your ideal client and you can actually targetedly, intentionally market to them, you're speaking in a language where it's a two-way street. So it's vitally important that you understand, you know, as much as you can about them and who you ideally want to work with. So what I like to do is actually look at your success stories of where you've had the best success in your business, your ideal customer. Like, where did you walk away from a client and go, geez, we nailed every part of that, it was amazing. And then try and rebuild that type of client is how I do. And I try and look for that, you know, sort of the patterns between them.
Brilliant.
Yeah. I think in looking at the pattern, and this is something I've actually heard you say before, Karen, especially with youngsters, is that if they understand how to communicate, not only from themselves to others, but also understand how others then communicate in return, and what particular type they are. They then can understand in which way to communicate for the better results. So teenagers, youngsters, business professionals, all going through the Fascinate course then have an understanding of not only of who they are and their communication skills, but of who everybody else is, so they can communicate better. And I think the same thing applies to our little quiz, because if you can understand what networking personality types are out there, if you can understand your own type, and you can understand what other people, then you can surround yourself with the necessary types of people for the maximum results. So that for me is the most interesting aspect of this.
There's another spin as well on that, though, and that is that often the networking type that we are would benefit from working with somebody that's a complete opposite as well. So it allows you to also look. I find being a passion personality type, I resonate well with passion, but that's not necessarily the people that I should be working with, because people often need from you what they don't have in themselves. So if you're a certain personality type, look out for complete opposites as well, because sometimes you complement each other really well.
I love that.
Yeah, I mean, look at this. I'm a Karen and you're a you.
It looks like I'm going to be in demand.
I think Nestine's got her own little personality type there that she didn't include in the quiz.
She
There's
does.
only one Nestine.
I actually think that Nestine can change her personality type depending on what she's currently doing or what project she's in and for what's needed.
Really?
I think so.
That's amazing. I didn't know that. But Karen, I'll give you a little bit of a, because I'll give you a secret, right? With the other people, like I had Peter with me, obviously, when I was setting up the questions for the quiz, right? And Leonie, I mean, I've known her inside and out, and her personality is very separate from everyone else. So that was fine. With Stephen, I kind of like reviewed some of the stuff that he'd written and just like looked again at the language that he uses. With you, I found it so difficult to come up with questions that you would say yes to. So what I did was I remembered that like my laugh is what attracted you to me. So I was like, we have to be similar in some way. And I remembered that we kind of like share like archetype, whatever thingies together from your assessment. And so I put questions in there that I would say yes to.
Wow.
Oh, well done.
And you answered yes to all of them. So you're actually a me.
Fantastic. Well done. Really, really well done.
So no, I am very, very sure, but we will do the test on me live eventually, but I'm very, very sure that I'm a you.
And here's the thing, right? We chose 4 of our networking heroes. So not only have we tried to pick out your networking type, we've taken a look and seen that your networking type is successful. So there are going to be people out there that are your networking type, but they're not in a position or not successful. They will fall under the same category or the same type, but they haven't yet succeeded in doing what they're doing. So if you're out there and you've taken the quiz and you end up becoming a Karen, well then guess who you need to reach out and talk to, because
Karen.
Network has absolutely pivoted my business. That's all I can tell you. And whether, as I say, whether it's in person or on Zoom, it hasn't really made much of a difference. I like the energetic, being together in person, but Zoom has been just as amazing, actually. So, yeah, it has. It's just embracing exactly who you are. So it's great to know that you've got this out there, because the more people understand how they do things and how they network, the better they're going to get.
Yeah.
I, for example, Karen, before I met you, and I think I've told you this before, but when I started my business and I had to network, bye-bye, Mr. Super Sales, thank you for being here. We love you so much.
Yes.
We'll record the rest for you. I will keep interrogating Karen.
In between interrogating Karen, I actually made a promise to one of our members who's currently watching the show. So, Somerville, we told you to sit back, relax, enjoy the show. Do exactly that. Do not pick up anything and don't stress.
Yeah, we love you, and all the marking's done. That's all I'm going to say.
Hey, Somerville.
Hey, Somerville.
Hi, Somerville.
Okay, cool. So Caryn, when I first started building my business, I was actually a terrible, terrible networker. This is another secret. Like, I just feel so comfortable with you. That's a secret of your networking personality type. I can tell you everything. But I was a terrible networker, and I think it's because of kind of maybe the way that society tends to react to my personality or the way that you're brought up. But I kind of felt like I'm naturally bubbly or whatever, but I shouldn't be, because the people in the room are not going to take you seriously if I'm me or if you're you. Does that make sense? And it's only when I met you and you started, like, you were like, you kept giving me this positive feedback, and you were like, no, you need to laugh like that, like that's what attracted me to you, and no, you need to be more of you, like that's amazing, no, I like that energy, you know, go for it. And so I feel kind of like, and I don't know if I'm right, but I feel like the rising star, like the confident Caryn, maybe if you're that personality type and you're not that successful in growing your business through networking yet, maybe that's like a place that you can start. Like just realizing how amazing it is to be you and then be more of that.
Well,
what do you think, Caryn?
I think that people separate their personalities from their business, and you are your business. You are your most competitive advantage. So at the end of the day, if you're not being you, you are just being a product, and you know there's a million products out there. So you have to be you, and you've got to infuse you're not separate. So if you're a bubbly personality generally with friends and that, and you come onto a networking thing and you all of a sudden change because you're in a business mode, it's not authentic. Do you know what I mean? It's not you. No. So you might as well just be yourself. And then at least whatever you come up with, you're consistent and people get to know that this is who you are. So you can see when I'm not myself, because I'm always like this. But there are moments where I'm a little bit quieter in networking. There's something going on in my world. And you'll see then I tend to be a bit more reclusive. And then I don't have as much success because I'm sort of there, but I'm not really engaging in the way that I do engage. So you'll see how it works for you and how just showing up as you is in whichever form that is.
Something I really like about what you just said is that you know, if you're there and you're being yourself, and something you said earlier, that certain people will resonate with you and certain people will not. So you're not going to be networking with everyone. If you're being yourself and you're being your authentic self, it'll be easier to decipher who you're going to be networking with and who you're not going to be networking with, because you can see the people that will take to you and you can see the people that won't because of their reactions and how they respond. Like we've stepped into a meeting with a person and they've just taken one look at us and they've gone, oh, no suit, no tie,
no thank you.
No thank you. And we're like, great stuff, thanks, bye.
Thanks for saving us.
You know, thanks for saving us the trouble. That's not the kind of person that resonates with us.
Whereas isn't that amazing? Because you've actually just saved yourself so much time. And that's the whole it's being yourself and finding out what that is and actually, you know, having a blueprint to just be more of that. It fast-tracks you to your ideal client.
And if I was faking it, I could go cut my hair and I could go put on, I think I look quite good in a suit. You know, I could fake it, but it wouldn't be genuine. It wouldn't be me. And
our whole network will be like,
our whole network would be completely different. The wrong people would be in the wrong places. The wrong relationships would be built, and it wouldn't work.
Be sustainable, But you guys also notice the way that business is changing. You know, the old school way of doing things where you're sitting in a little box and you're being prescribed how you're going to, it's changing. People are, and business owners are starting to realize more and more that your staff is what makes your business. So, you know, let them be them. Let them actually discover that about themselves and show up authentically and, you know, build your team around that.
I'm pretty sure that Stephen Levy is blowing you kisses. The moment you said that, he's blowing you kisses. He's like, yes, thank you, finally. Yay.
Oh, that's epic. Back to the confident Caryn persona. Caryn. Do you think we gave it the right name, the Rising Star? Because it was like, I'm very sure about the other titles, the Best Friend, the Mighty Mentee, and the Zoom Sniper. I wasn't that sure about the Rising Star.
Well, if I look at my own journey, I'm definitely a rising star at networking. So, you know, if I look at where I started, where I am, by doing exactly what your test says I do, then it must be a rising star because it's getting better and better and better. And the more I embrace it and show up, the better it becomes. So definitely rising, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
I like that.
At the same time, I feel like some of the other personalities sometimes look at us and they're like, you know, you must have started successful in business. I mean, you're so fun and you so got everything and you're so you and you're so talky and everything and it's so easy for you to make friends. Was it always that way for you?
Only when
Is it true? Were you basically born successful?
No, you've got your own little, it's not a no. Yes, I think we've all got success within us. Absolutely. It's how we view success though. And each person measures themselves according to their own set of standards. So what is success to you? That's the first thing, define that. As far as I'm going, I am successful because I'm unashamedly who I am. So, there's times I say things in networking that I go, oh, sorry, shouldn't have said that. It is what it is. But I've stopped trying to overthink it and just be in the moment. And whatever takes me in that moment is what you get. And that's authenticity at its best because I'm not prescriptive. But I never always used to be. I mean, there were times when I used to have an interview set or something and I'd have scripts around me and I've got to say stuff. And you know what? That actually made me so nervous and it took away my natural charisma because I was so busy trying to script what I think people wanted to hear. So take all that away. And if you are scripted because that's naturally who you are, then great, have it. It's not me though. So it's just finding that. But Nestine, sorry, Peter, one more thing before I forget this. I wanted to say it earlier. I don't know if everybody knows how we met, but that's exactly what it was. That laugh, you didn't even have your camera on. Now, me being me, can you imagine? I'm in a networking group with about 30 people and all I hear is this laughter. To the fact that I actually had to find Nestine's number and go and phone her afterwards to say, I need to meet the person behind the laughter. That's the impact it had on me. Now, I'm sure there's many others out there, and I've heard it in groups where they've said, there goes Nestine laughing again. So imagine if you didn't do that because it's too much. Or, you know, there's so many of us that actually are like drawn to that. So that's what we want.
Yeah.
Thank you, Caryn. You're epic. I actually never used to because I was like, my laugh is so loud. And I'm an accountant and I'm working in a cubicle and in a box. It's just so not what you're supposed to do, Well,
I actually think that in the very beginning of the journey that we all started together, I think, Caryn, you were quite vital in the role of actually Nestine breaking her box.
Yeah.
So,
you're like mine. You're like exactly like the quiz says, like we each should find our champion that is like our what do you call it, role model?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, you're mine. So thank you.
That's lovely. Thanks.
Well, for sure I'm not going to be trying to be like Peter. That's impossible. I won't be able to do that. But I might be able to get there.
You already are all of that. It's just a case of believing that you're that because those traits and that are in you are there. It's just confidence to just not care about what other people think and just be you.
Yeah. So this actually just highlights the fact that you can reach out to people that are your own networking type if you're not successful to find out how they've done it. But once you've done that, then reach out to people that are your opposites or that balance you in networking so that you can have a mighty mentee and you can have a rising star or a Zoom sniper if you can find one. But the thing I like about this is that if you find out what networking type you are and you can utilize that to build your strengths in networking, you can then also go to Caryn and find out what your communication strengths are. And then you can go to Stephen Levy and you can find out what your strengths and weaknesses are. When you understand yourself, you understand how to balance yourself and how to position yourself. That's what's key. If you can position yourself right.
The more you can find out about yourself, so whether it's through me, through Stephen, through this quiz, whatever, the more you can do to really understand every aspect of yourself, the more successful you're going to be. Because if you don't understand yourself, how do you expect anyone else to? If you don't know how to leverage those unique differences that you bring, and, it doesn't matter how many people know that you exist and stuff if they don't know, the real you. Do you know what I'm saying? You actually need to put yourself out there. But vulnerably, be you in whether it is the mighty mentee or whatever it is that You have to. You've got to just
Yeah.
pitch up and.
I mean,
Yeah.
how much stronger is a team of individuals? If you're running a team, or you're a boss, or you have a group of people that you oversee, how much stronger can you be as a team if you understand who they are, what they're like, what they do, what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are, what their communication strengths are, what their weaknesses are, and your positioning of those people, because you're now putting those key people in exactly the right place to do exactly the right thing based on their strengths. You're golden.
I did a workshop yesterday for somebody, and the owner of the company, on her actual, because I pulled up her report and it said there, she needs to work with Mystique or Alert personality types. And the new person she employed 2 weeks ago is Mystique and Alert, their top 2 advantages. And I said, now can you see the synchronicity right here of how, where your red flags are, this person naturally excels. So let's structure. It makes such a difference when you actually understand the skills and the, the differences that each team member brings. And it takes all sorts. It doesn't take one particular type. As I said earlier, your networking type is how you network, but you can still network with other types. In fact, you might find great. Look how different Stephen Levy and myself are. Yet look how well Stephen and I collaborate together. I mean, I'm loud, quiet. He's trusted. He's safe. I'm like completely, all over the show. Yet we work.
Well, actually, since the very beginning, there has been a dynamic between the two of you that is actually unstoppable.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah. It's beautiful.
Definitely. Thank you.
So, Caryn, since you brought this up, how do you leverage your unique networking personality to grow your business through networking?
All I can tell you is that my phone at the moment, people that I've met on, networking groups and that are messaging me saying, please, can we get together for a chat? And I haven't even spoken about my business. So it's like through conversation, you don't always pitch your business. Sometimes you're just chatting and, as you say, on the global online, getting to know one another. But whatever I am doing, people are wanting to meet with me and actually hear more about what I'm doing. So I think the only leveraging your business and stuff is to continually just showing up and show up in the way that my intention when I come is not to sell. I don't come here going, oh, I'm having a networking event now, who can I sell to? It's what do people need? And can I actually fulfill that need? And I do that by listening and being fun and jovial and how, I don't want to work with somebody that doesn't want to have fun with me, because you're going to get irritated in a workshop. Because I'm not sitting with a notepad and a pen and it's not what I do. So they'll know by having a one-to-one with me whether or not they're going to be able to do an hour. Can you imagine?
It's amazing. I love it. I am actually so excited about getting on other confident Caryns, rising stars out there, and putting them in touch with you, Caryn, because I think that's going to be life-changing for them.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'd love
to
find out more.
It was for you.
I'd love more of the Explore ProTech members to actually do the quiz as well and share results and actually see how, just put it out there to all of us to do. Yeah. I'd love to see
now that
Tasha Cole, where does Tasha fall in? Tasha's very similar to me in ways. I'd love to see how the actual chart is plotted.
Yeah. It's actually funny that you mentioned that, because Nastine, I can't remember who we were having the conversation with, but we were actually going to be issuing badges for networking personality types, so that we can actually see within the tribe, because our tribe is growing. And if you can actually already see who is what type, you can literally step into the tribe space and go, oh, look, this is their networking personality type.
Oh, another Caryn,
come here. It makes things so much more open and easy. And so we're going to be issuing badges. Caryn, you've just earned yours. You are you. Yeah.
Do you know what's funny though, is when you look at the questions that you asked and where I come up with and planned and unstructured and that, the people that you network with, by understanding this, they will know how to expect to get information from me, how to do things from me, because I have a certain Explore ProTech tribe member that's been asking me for information. And I actually said to her on the phone this morning, I don't have an excuse. I just don't want to do it because I know it's important, but I don't mind getting my head around it is why I'm prolonging it. I don't want to do it. It's not something that I you know, and she laughed and she said, well, she will help me. And I was like, okay, that's good. Because I'm not, but knowing that I'm the rising star that's unstructured, they know what to expect from me. So it's good. It's a good way to profile not just your networking personality, but how you operate.
Yeah. That's awesome. Okay, Caryn. So for the 5th email, what we need from you is top 3 tips to other rising stars out there, maybe just starting out in networking. How do they embrace this personality type in order to really leverage it to grow their businesses? Top 3 tips, please.
Oh, now, right now.
Well, Caryn, I would give you as homework, but I know you will take forever to get it back to me. So for now, like, can you just tell us?
Well, if you want to be unstructured, you can do it backwards and go 3, 2, 1 or 1, 3, 2.
No, I think we've covered a lot of the tips already in general conversation. I think firstly is what I do try and do is look at the audience. So it's very nice to see what type of people we are going to be networking industry-wise. You know, who you connecting with. It's the same as doing your quiz, who's there, get an understanding of the type of businesses in the room, and whether accountants, whether, you know, stereotypically, Nestine, say accountants are in boxes, they're all of that. There's an accountant right here that isn't. So try not to stereotype. Get into the room and actually get an understanding. Watch the people, look who talks, who responds to what, and see, you know, if it's easy for you to connect with them, do it, but don't try and force it. Just be and look for those. And also go in with a helpful mind. Who can you connect with who? I go in there, go listen to say, oh, yes, I know somebody that I could connect you with just because I think you guys would have a great conversation. And I think you guys do that so well as well. It's more about connection as opposed to going in there and trying to see where I can find business. And you rise through that, because when you start actually being more helpful and who you can connect with naturally and who you can source with who, your business comes. It eventually comes through other ways. You're not going out there with a targeted, you know, I'm going there to close business. That would be my
You just actually hit the nail on the head with one of our biggest anthems, which is coffee first and business later.
Yeah.
So we've adopted that mentality. Coffee first, relationships first, anything that's got to do with coffee first.
But the tribe itself, the Explore ProTech tribe, when you come in with that mindset of coffee first, that's when you're building relationships. And that's what all of us have done. None of us have gone in and saying, oh, I need to sell to you. We've actually just gotten to know the various people. And through that, oh, I can help you with this, or I can send somebody to help you with that. And, you know, that's how it's worked. It's amazing. And that's networking. It's not selling. We're not going to selling. We're going to networking. So.
Yes.
Amazing.
Otherwise,
Okay, Caryn,
we're going to selling today. It doesn't sound so.
Lovely.
And now for only $99.99,
and you could just listen to like tons of adverts in 2 hours. It sounds horrible. Okay, Caryn, last question. How has networking pivoted your business specifically? So how has it helped you build your empire?
Okay, so those that don't know me, I'm very technically challenged. I'm going to stop saying that because I actually hinder myself, but I am. Okay, not even challenged. I don't enjoy it. So for me, I have got clients only through networking. My social media is something I'm working on. I should be posting more and doing all of that. My clients have come solely from networking and referral business. That's it. There's not one post that I've put out there, a LinkedIn ad, on a Facebook, and it's not because my ads suck. I'm telling you now. It's just people buy in when they get to know me, and they can't get that from a people, no matter how I try and do it. So networking builds the credibility, and it shows people your personality and who you are, and that's what makes them decide whether they resonate with you or not. So show up. That's all. As many as you can. Go join in and bring people to like the collaboration tribes that we've got, and that's what's changed the whole direction of my business. It's vital.
I like that.
That is amazing. Well done, Karen. That's why you're one of our champions.
And by the way, Karen, from a social media perspective, you know how this tribe works.
I know, girl.
We all share our content. We all share everybody else's content and each other's content. So consider this social media.
I need to create my content.
It's already created.
You're doing it right
This
now.
right now.
Oh, look, you're on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn right now.
This is me. Yeah, this is me doing social media. Don't look for a post. Thanks, guys. That's great, Frederick.
It's only a pleasure. I will tag you on all of them. Not that you'll respond, but you'll be there. We love you so much, Karen.
Are you
Thank
talking
you
from
so-
experience, Nestine, being the rising star? You won't respond.
Exactly. I told you, I only did my invoicing this morning because people were going to murder me if I didn't. It's that bad, and I hate social media. But it's better when you do it with a tribe. So this, I actually don't mind. These collab content creations. This is fun. This is epic.
This is fun.
Yeah, it's when Peter forces me to turn it into a 3-minute video.
Or it's when she forces me to make a video.
Rising stars. I've got the same issues, Nesty.
Exactly. So I am so speaking from experience. So that's why I'm I got you. Don't worry, I get it.
I've had to do a video series. You know how I struggle with that? But put me on a question and answer panels and interview. That's fine. But when I've got to sit and talk.
You don't even need to prepare.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, we wanted to find out if you want to host our US coffee shop show.
Yes, that sounds like fun. Well, Jeff will be there.
Yeah, he will be there. And it will be exact. You can make him speak as much as you want. You're the host. And we thought this would be perfect for your personality type because it plays on all your strengths. You won't need to prepare because you wing everything anyway. And
Summer will covers all your admin.
And it's connected with the new software OneStream that we have. So literally you'll be live on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube and LinkedIn without pressing any buttons. It'll just happen.
Wow.
You just have to pick the meeting and host.
That's it.
Speaking to my technology challenged brain, that's amazing.
Cool. There you have it, guys. Here's our new US host, Mrs. Fascinate herself, the rising star.
They'll like my accent.
Thank you, Karen.
In the US.
They're gonna love you. Everyone loves you.
Oh, and well done.
Yeah,
it has been.
So
really
fun.
good.
Thank you so much for being here.
Brilliant. It was good fun.
And so when are we rolling this out? When are we rolling this out so that the general public can take our quiz?
Consider it rolled out. We just needed to taste Karen.
We just needed to test Karen.
Because we tasted everyone now, and she made us sweat a lot. But she is who she says she is.
You got it. Wow,
So
it's brilliant.
The quiz is ready. You can click on www.exploreprotech.com, click on the giant take the quiz button, and go for it. Find out whether you are Karen, the rising star, Peter, the Zoom sniper, Stephen, the best friend, or
Leonie,
the mighty mentee. Awesome. Thank you so much, Karen. It's been so much fun. We'll see you at the coffee shop show in a bit.
Yes, see you in half an hour.
Cool.
Awesome.
Bye-bye.
Bye.